What is up, guys? So I decided I haven't done a video in a while, and well, I don't think I've ever really posted many videos on standard, and I figured I'd jump on with a cool standard deck for once. So we'll maybe play a couple rounds in standard rank with a cool deck that I found. Um, I have always loved Winota, so as soon as I stumbled across a list for Winota, I jumped on it. So this deck, it allows you to play Giganta as a companion, so that's pretty sweet. And the idea of the deck is to curve out with your 1 to 3 drops into Winota, and then let those snowball the effect to throw in free humans like Basri Lieutenant, Judith, Tajik, even maybe General's Enforcer or Kite Sail Freebooter, and throw out those kind of humans to just snowball effect that the opponent can't win after that. So the idea is to curve out, lay Winota, swing, and have them either dead on that turn or set up so good that the opponent just can't come back. Now, that's game plan number 1. Game plan number 2 is to curve out into Loxodon and make your creatures all big and try to beat them that way. Now there's only maybe one real control deck in the format, and this deck is kind of poised to beat that deck by putting the counters on it and using Basri's Lieutenant in case they are able to kill it. You're able to make creatures after they kill the people with counters. So you're kind of got some kind of wrath insurance, which you definitely need with Winota. Strider, also another little wrath insurance. You're able to scry the people that's going to die and kind of set up your draws. So basically, we have 2 kind of linear game plans, and we'll try to use that to win the game. This companion doesn't really do a whole lot for the deck, but it's free. So as you know, companions that are free tend to be fairly powerful. Being able to play a 5/5 when you're out of gas or something like that doesn't come from your hand, tends to be pretty good. So we'll go ahead and jump in a match and we'll see how this plays out. All right, right into it. Now, the decks that are running around right now seem to be Wilderness Reclamation, and will definitely be on the play. Wilderness Reclamation, and they don't play a lot of removal main deck. So, and they still don't have a whole lot sideboard either. So being able to curve out is a pretty good game plan against them. Being able to pressure them and pressure them and pressure them. This hand, if we hit 2 lanes in a row, could be very strong. But remember, Winota cares about non-humans, and Raising Alarm's all we got. I'd rather get a hand that curves out a little bit better. So I'm going to maul this. There we go. That's much better. Judith looks pretty good here. So I think I'll keep it, and I think I'm going to value the lands more than the second Savior, because we definitely want to curve out into these. So we'll hit done. And I'm going to shock in the first land. And seeing as we don't have a 2-drop, I'll probably play this Fabled Passage second as a tap land, unless we draw a 2-drop, and then I'll have to reassess. But I think I definitely want to hit these 3 drops on curve. Let's see what the opponent is doing here. I think we're on the play, so just waiting on them to say maul or keep, then we can start this game. All right, cool. So I think we care about the black a little bit more here, so we'll play that one first. Seeing as black are in both of our 3 drops. All right, Fabled Passage. So let's see what color he gets. Gets green. So my guess is another Wilderness Reclamation deck. So we'll play the tap land like we talked. Go ahead and swing. We're not going to give away anything we're doing yet. We'll crack the Fabled Passage on their turn. And then we'll probably start laying Wolf Striders in case we can curve into a Winota. Yep. So playing the Jolrael makes me definitely think that they're another Wilderness Reclamation deck, because usually the curve with Jolrael is you Jolrael and then, what are we looking at here? We got a couple I'll just take white. There's more white in the deck. Not in our hand, but there's more white in the deck. So anywho, back to what I was saying. Usually the curve is Jolrael into Euro and make a 2/2 cat. So that's pretty much the only deck it's being played in too. I think the best bet here is to try to get as aggro as possible. So this lets us swing. We kind of want to pressure their deck before they can get going. So this lets us swing and Mentor and the Savior kind of get both through. And next turn, these will be able to both punch through this or the cat. So that'll feel pretty good too. And we'll also be able to lay Judith if we want and really pressure them hard. And they seem mana screwed a little bit. Oh, okay. So they're in a Bant deck. Interesting. The Bant tends to be a little bit more controlling, so sweepers and stuff is something we will have to think about. The good thing about sweepers is Judith kind of has a little insurance against it. They kill it, we're able to ping them at least, and Savior I can sack to save something, so that's nice too. The good thing about Tajik is if it's a damage-based sweeper, it kills everybody. It doesn't kill anybody but Tajik, so that feels pretty good. Yeah, I think the best bet, since there's no like Aether Gust they could have here, is just to lay Judith, and if they want to sweep, we'll be all right. I can't think of anything in green that would draw a card for 2, so we'll just go ahead and swing and Mentor again and really put it to him. So, boom. Yep, deciding whether to chump or not. Otherwise, they're taking 8. We got lethal on board. And turn. Alright, let's see what they got. What can they get that gets out of this? Because, I mean, I also can use Judith and Wolfstrider to machine gun them to death as well. Just sack all my people and deal at least 3 that way. Okay. So they're wanting to bounce the Savior. I think that's okay. I don't think I need to sack it and deal 1. Although if I sack it and deal 1, they don't draw a card, so that's pretty good, which stops the Jolrael. So I do want to sack it. It deals 1. And the next turn I can swing with both, deal 2, so they're down to 3, and use Wolfstrider to get them to 1. I can use Wolfstrider and Savior to kill them. So I want to, nope. Well, I can't use Savior, it'll be gone. But I still think I want to say, I don't want to let them draw a card and get a cat. I still want to go face here because Teferi doesn't really do much for them. So we'll do it this way. I think we're short of lethal by 1. No, we're not, because Tajik will Mentor. So we should have them. We should have them. Sorry, doing the math when battling the ropes never never easy. But this should be death. Mentor over 3, get them to 2, sack these 2 to do the last 2. Should be game. Judith plays really well in this deck. Yep, they see the writing on the wall. Okay, so looking at their battlefield, Jolrael, Teferi, we know they have Euro. So they're either a Bant ramp deck or they're a 4-color reclamation deck. We're going to go as if they're Bant ramp though. And we didn't see anything D-Spark does anything, so we're going to hedge away from that. But there's a chance that comes in after this game because they might have real Wilderness Wreck or maybe like Nissa, things like that. I think green or white, that's two of the colors. Noxious Grass being able to hit the Teferi or a Nissa or anything, any of the creatures Noxious Grass has to come in for. I don't think about Degree does us any good. Kenris is usually pretty good against a control deck. Blight Beetle would be cool against Nissa. It would stop the lands from getting counters, so her tick up would never matter. In fact, if she ticks up, she's going to kill her land. So that's pretty neat. I think being able to Kai'Sil Freebooter to take something out of the sweeper out of her hand seems important. Eliminate hits to Fairy and Jolriel, so that's alright. I'm not sure I'm going to do Blight Beetle. The Nissa thing sounds cool, but I don't think that's relevant enough. It's good against Hydroid Krasis too, as it's just the draw cards and Hydroid Krasis dies, and without the creature most of the time they're not going to be able to answer much. I'm not going to put it in there, but there's a chance it should be in there. I'm going to take Enforcer out. Take one of these Roll Striders out. Tajik's a good. We'll take Loxodon because I don't think I want to tap my creatures. I'm going to roll 61 for now because I don't know if I can decide in 10 seconds, and I'd rather a sideboard than not. And on the draw, 61 isn't really that different than 60, to be honest with you. But technically, you should go to 60 there. I just haven't played enough with the deck to know the sideboard very well, but like there's a chance that after this game we do put in certain cards like the Blight Beetle. Like if the Krasis seems to be a 4 of in their deck, or if there's Nissa in there, we didn't see it, which Nissa at least 1 or 2 is going to be in that deck. Lets them tap higher to get to Ugins and other stuff. 2 land, 2/2 drops. Any land lets us get to Judith. Kenny's kind of a dead card right now, but maybe we'll get there. I've seen worse. Oh no, I meant to keep that. Alright, we're keeping this one. Well, this one might be a little better. We got 3 people to Winota, so Winota's probably a keeper. Unless we want to double Freebooter and try to hate their hand a little bit. I'm going to keep. I think the upside of curving out into Winota if we draw lands is too good. I might throw a Freebooter back. It's possible Raise Alarm could be a cut here too. But we'll do it this way. Brr. The black is more relevant here, so we'll lay it out there. Alright, cool. So we kind of want to hit runner land here because we can go Raise the Alarm, Wolf Strider, Winota, make 4 triggers. 5 triggers? 5 triggers, yeah. Alright, that's a good draw. So now we definitely want to play the Sacred Foundry first so we can have that untapped to Wolf Strider. Like I just said, this and this together, I mean the Savior saves something and the Raise Alarm is at instant speed, so I don't see any reason to have to take something out of their hand right now. So I'm going to do the Raise Alarm on their turn and just kind of hope that they don't have any interaction to really stop us from curving into Winota. 5 triggers with Winota should end the game. All we need to do is hit a land in the next 2 draws. Heck, even 3 triggers might end the game. Maybe it's possible I just Kai'Sil Freebooter next turn and make sure we're good to go. Possible that's the better play. Again, I'm kind of just picking up the deck and playing it, so I haven't played it very much, but we're kind of discovering things together. Well, that's pretty cool. So what if instead of... Now they could make a 1/1 shark here, which might be their play. So if I freebooter, I kind of force their issue on that, but I'm kind of okay trading a shark for one of these. I don't think that matters. So yeah, let's swing first. We'll swing first, see if they have to tap out for the shark. They don't. Okay. Mana efficiency, Woe Strider, and have 5 triggers and hope that we draw a land. But also leaves them susceptible to like a Wrath effect, where we could save the Woe Strider. We could save the Woe Strider with the Savior at least. Or we could just freebooter and kind of, I think I'm going to freebooter. I think 3 triggers with the Winota is good enough. Now we kind of force their hand on what they're going to do. And if they only have 1 Wrath, then we're still open. I think this is the best bet. It's not mana efficient, but that's fine. There's a couple. Yeah, with Mystical Dispute. I'd rather them use it on that than the Winota, obviously. Like I said, the other option was Woe Strider, save it if they Wrath it, and then use the Woe Strider to sack the 3 other people and scry 3. Doesn't seem like a bad idea either. Ooh, Teferi. Okay. Yep. So he bounces my 1/1. Now we just hope to draw an untapped land. Ooh, it's a tap land. That's bad. Well, we can't instant speed with Raise Alarm anymore, so I think it's better to be mana efficient here. We're going to kill the Teferi, obviously. And there's nothing for 1 mana that can really punish us here, but we'll still attack first. We'll kill the Teferi so they can't instant speed Wrath us. We're going to have to do it on their turn. Now, this opens us up to Winota next turn. So, if we get to cast Winota, we should be in pretty good shape. Now, don't get me wrong, Elspeth Conquers Death. Okay, I'm fine, absolutely fine with that. Take the Woe Strider. We'll swing with these 3 and get 3 triggers on Winota. Yep, I think the 3 triggers on Winota is better than pumping the team and being good against a Wrath. So we'll go ahead and lay Winota, enter combat, swing out. Alright, spin the wheel. What are we getting? I think, man, it'd be nice to take something else out of their hand and stop their Wrath effect, but I think Judith's going to do much the same. Basri's Lieutenant seems good. Put it right there. Yep. Yeah, they were in not good shape. Well, that's the power of the Winota deck. We took down a good strategy. Bandit Lamp is one of those tier 1.11.5, I would say, just below the Wilderness Wreck. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I plan on doing a couple more games after this, but we'll try to break them up into each match. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be making more.